Alright, moving on to throwing. When you're throwing the disc, if you play golf, you want to keep your arm sort of semi-locked, your elbow. There should never be a lot of elbow movement. When you see a lot of elbow movement, the disc tends to go off in different directions. You actually want a little more wrist than anything. And you want to keep it nice and easy. The harder people tend to throw it, the worse it tends to get. And also you want to make sure the disc is flat. A lot of us will do this, a little down, a little up, back and forth like that. We want it to hover nicely. We need to make sure that it's flat. We want to be standing, facing the direction that we want to throw. So I'm going to be throwing it towards the rock down there. Tight, tight. And we always want the dog lined up the same way. She won't catch that. That was a good throw, that good hover. But the other thing we need to remember is different dogs catch in different height zones. Usually it has to be between your chest and your waist. With the Border Collies, they tend not to track well in the air, so especially at first, the disc does have to be very low. And she's only been doing it for a few months, so she has a very low catch zone, and it has to be a long ways out. But I'm just going to keep it low, and we'll see if she catches it this time. See, she catches it every time because it's right down low. If you have a retriever or a bird dog or something like that, their heads tend to be up more anyway, so they do tend to track things in the air. If you have the herding dogs, it's usually low, and after about usually 6 or 7 months, they start to track better in the air. So a lot of it is about keeping the disc flat, nice easy throws, not using your elbow too much, making sure the dog's set up properly every time and you're set up properly every time. And then you can throw it to the right spot for the dog to catch. Okay? Because if I was to throw it that 20 feet, she's catching it every time right now, but if I get it up a little higher, she won't catch it. What she does is she outruns it, she comes underneath, and she hits it like that. Ta-da! Now I'll get my other dog in a minute and we'll video him, and you'll see that he will actually slow up so that he does catch it that way. She's just not experienced enough, so she doesn't know any better. But every time I throw it high, she comes up, outruns it, comes up underneath. Okay? So I'll go back to low and she should catch it almost every time. Something to be aware of, how you need to throw in order for your dog to be successful. I know she can catch it. Okay? The other thing too is she has a really hard mouth. You're going to see the difference with Rush when I get him. She snaps really hard, so to me it tells me that her mouth isn't used to this frisbee, so I might want to do a little more tugging games with her. Okay? One more. Okay, she catches it every time.